Hello, and welcome back to the Crimson YouTube channel. Today I'll be giving you guys a comprehensive plan for university applications, and this will be made sort of like a timeline starting from junior year and then going up to senior year. So don't worry too much if you're starting at like the wrong point on the timeline. This is just like the ideal times to be doing this so you have the most amount of time to work on each stage, but you can start really wherever, whenever, as long as you manage your time properly and you put the work in, you'll be able to finish in time. So without further ado, let's get into the video. So our first stop on the timeline is during junior year, which is your second to last year of high school. So throughout junior year, what you should be doing is really focusing on researching your different schools to form a college list, researching different majors to have like a decided major that you're going to be applying for. And then once you have your major, once you're sure about it, or once you're sure about like the field that you're going to be in, like quite loosely and not really like your major, whatever it is, start reading like books, articles, TEDx talks, whatever it is. Start consuming content about this field that you're going to be applying for or like hoping to work in, because that will really help you when you're like writing essays or like designing passion project, whatever it is. It will help you with your future stuff to do with college applications. So really the key theme of junior year is like research, 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 read, read, read. If you have the time, you could even read college application essays, because that will give you an idea of the structure, the format, the things you're going to need to be writing about further on, in the application process. Our second stop is the summer of junior year. So like around June to July, the year before you're applying to college. At this point, you should be sure of like your major, but or like what general field you'll be in, like science or like computer science, whatever it is. You should have a definite idea. You should have a college list as well. And what you're focusing on at this time is extracurriculars to match that major and those colleges, because your grades are one thing, but your extracurriculars are also really, really important. So summer or break, because you're like off of school, that's really the best time to work on like internships, summer programs, passion projects, whatever it is. But try to like do these sort of like big extracurricular things that you couldn't be doing when you have school. And by doing that, you're going to be sort of like preparing for the activities list if you're applying with Common App, or the activities you're going to be mentioning in your essays, whatever other countries you're applying to. That will be really, really useful for you in your college applications. So this summer, really, really, really focus on having meaningful extracurriculars. By the end of this time, you should have a draft or an outline of your essay, because while doing these extracurriculars, you should also be, reading these college application essays more intentionally that you started reading throughout your junior year. You should be writing different drafts, getting feedback from your friends, from your teachers, from whoever you can get feedback from at this time really is going to be helpful for you, so that once senior year starts, you have a draft that you can work with and refine and work on maybe other additional essays that you need to work on that are shorter or whatever it may be. But try to have at least one draft of your big essay by the end of summer of junior year. Our next stop is August, at the beginning of your senior year. So at this stage, you should have a final draft of your big college application essay, and you should start working on the smaller ones if you have smaller essays, and also preparing for like scholarship applications if you have any of those. Write those essays, fill those forms, because senior year really is the time to just put everything into action and just start submitting things. Because if you have followed your time, if you've managed your time and started doing things in junior year, right now you should just be at the stage of just finalizing and submitting. But again, if you weren't able to get started as early as junior year and you're starting now, you still have the time to like sort of speed run between the research and the writing and everything. But just know that your quality of your work might be compromised because of the speediness compared to like if you had started earlier. So if you can, really, really, really start earlier, because that will save you a lot of like time, and it will make the quality of your work so much better when you are, you know, in senior year and you're actually applying to colleges. So finally, around September to November of the senior year, you should be ready to click submit and send out your college applications. After that point, you should be looking at student housing, student like finance and scholarships and all those kinds of things that you're going to be needing post application. But most of the work is pretty much done, and you should be able to meet your early deadlines if you followed this timeline. But if you again were a bit later, or if you weren't like following exactly this timeline and you started off halfway through, maybe you still have time to submit your applications on time, but you probably won't be able to meet any early deadlines. You might have to go regular decision all the way in January, which is honestly fine. It's okay, it's not really an issue, but that again just means that you should be really, really putting a lot of work in to make up for the lost time that you have. So thank you guys so much for watching. That'll be it for my timeline of college applications and what you should be doing at what time. Like and subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you in the next one.